Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmy from Emmy Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So, I'm going to be doing a reading for you guys. Let's just breathe. So, just a quick reminder, if you would like to learn how to work energy, powerful energy work at that, you simply need to go to my academy, k33academy.com. I have quite a few different workshops available right now. They're going to be coming up soon, sooner than you think. Have you guys noticed that time is passing so fast? I've been noticing that. I don't like it because then it feels like I have less time to do what I need to do, whatever that may be. It feels like it's less time. So, so, yeah, go to that website, k33academy.com/store. It's pinned in the comments. It's a pinned comment on all the platforms that I'm live on right now. Just take a deep breath. All right. I asked what this reading was going to be about, and what I heard is pushing past your fears and into your true power. So there's a lot of stuff going on. And this reading is for my Pisceans, for my empaths, for basically every single sign. Let's just keep it real here. I'm serious. For basically every single sign. If you feel like it applies to you, it applies to you. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Who cares? Who cares? Who really, really cares? Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you. I was just thinking, yes, I checked earlier. Where is it? And y'all, we are currently at 424 signatures on the petition to ground the clown, right? Right? Quick little update. We are putting a massive effort towards restricting the international travel of a said Clownery the Clown, who has made threats to our community, primarily focused on me, has even gone through and threatened a 2-year-old little girl, my niece, just because. I really need to make a joke of this because I mean it's obnoxious. It's obnoxious, and I want our community to exit out of a space of fear and to know how powerful we are together. That's super important. I'm seeing this as an opportunity for us to really have that firsthand experience to see how powerful we are together. It's beautiful. Seriously, it's beautiful. I was not expecting over 300 signatures. We're currently sitting at 424. How long has it been? When did I start that? When did I create this petition? Let's see. I don't know. I literally don't know. I literally don't know. And for those of you who have gone ahead, I didn't realize that you could contribute to promote. Wait, what happened to my Wi-Fi? Am I still live? I'm still live. I did not know that some of you have gone ahead and contributed in order to promote the petition. Y'all are, hello! You guys have earned us an extra 219 signatures. I'm saying, you guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. I think it's been maybe close to a week. Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm going to be really honest. I'm not sure. I'm trying my best to really not be too engrossed in the nastiness, because the nastiness is still continuing. The threats are still continuing. My team told me that the most recent threat is the threat to abduct me, to torture me long term. Yeah. I was just like, I'm saying, I know that was so obscene. And just it's only been days, really? See what I'm saying? It's like time is passing so quickly. My goodness. My goodness. It's only been a few days. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the soup? What the Vietnamese soup? You guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I gotta share something with you. I made merch. Okay, hold up. I haven't published the page. I made merch. Yo girl is talented AF. I am talented AF. I am. You need to check this out. Let me breathe. Okay, hold on. Because really, we need some shit to laugh about. We need to laugh about this. We also need to take it serious, of course. We are taking it seriously, but we also need something to laugh about. Look. I'm saying. I'm saying. So I'm gonna have shirts. I'm gonna have mugs, sweatshirts, tank tops, stickers, notebooks. Oh, ooh, it's potent. It's potent. Y'all, I be laughing at my own jokes. Excuse me. I thought this shit was adorably hilarious. Adorably hilarious. I'm saying. I'm saying. Would you guys like to purchase merch with this? Because if you would, the funds will go towards the legal stuff. I'm super proud. I created this. I mean, your girl. I got skills. I even hand drew the happy face. I'm saying the happy face just sets it off. You know what I'm saying? It sets it off. It's giving couture. It's giving avant-garde. It's giving Steve Jobs. It's giving Clownery the Clown, hashtag ground the clown. So we got to have something to laugh about. You know, I feel like life is just so much more enjoyable when we allow ourselves to have laughter, regardless of what the situation is. Yes, it's a serious situation. Yes, that's absolutely accurate. Yes, I do believe that maybe I just have a sick sense of humor. I do believe that this person is absolutely deranged in the head to the degree that they absolutely, if they had the opportunity, knew where I was exactly, that they would absolutely try to abduct me. I don't doubt that. The obsession runs deep. But carrying forward, because I just realized I don't have much time, you guys. Fuck. Can someone just slow down the clock? Oh, that's just so frustrating. There's like never enough time. Okay, let's get started. I'm not going to be a complainer. I'm just going to go ahead and get started. Whew. All right. I hope you guys found that shit hilarious because I did. I found it hilarious. I found it very refreshing and absolutely hilarious. The image, not the situation, the image. All right. So, pushing past your fears and into your true power. Yeah, boo. Whatever you're trying to hide about yourself and your true power, the reality of who you are, what you're capable of, it's not working. It's not working. People are seeing this. People are seeing the way you're able to move with grace, even through the most ugliest type of circumstance. And there's something to say about someone who can really move with grace through the most awkward, most uncomfortable type of situation, right? I feel like our community, all of y'all have this capacity to really just, it's almost like a freestyle dance that is so beautiful that it almost looks choreographed. And maybe it is. Not by you, because, as a community, I feel like all of us are learning that we can't control everything. We can't. We can't control everything. We're learning that soul will have us experience the things, whatever things soul wants us to experience. And maybe it's this thing of soul. Soul itself is the one choreographing everything, right? Um, mm, mm. I think soul is pushing you towards the very situations, maybe even connections that are necessary to really, really create an opportunity for you to elevate, whether it's in your job, your personal life, your friendships, your spiritual journey. It really feels like you're being positioned so powerfully in such a way that you're going to level up and not even realize you're in the process of leveling up. That's badass, right? Like you're just going to take a look back a few months from now and be like, holy crap, holy mole. Holy mole. Yeah, soul leveled you up. Now, it doesn't even require you to be dedicated to this process. I'm saying when soul decides something, regardless of what you're dedicated to or not, soul has decided and it is what will be. Let that sink in. Even if you don't know what direction you're headed, even if whatever excuse you can think of, whatever reasoning that you can think of to cause you to believe that you don't have what it takes, boo, soul don't give a shizzles. Mm-mm. Soul doesn't care. You don't have to be dedicated to this. Whatever soul is dedicated to is what will be. Whatever soul is dedicated to is what will be, regardless of your disbelief in yourself or not. Your soul is in the driver's seat and it is taking you to places you never thought you could go, within yourself, outside of yourself, in your life, in your journey, your career, your friendships, every single aspect of your life. I hope that you allow yourself to receive this, because as you allow yourself to receive this, what ends up happening is that the struggles, the perception of struggle, the perception of unfairness and all of this other stuff, that dissolves. And it just becomes this situation that needs to be taken care of. Like, laundry, you got to just do the laundry and then carry on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I had someone asking me the other day, like, Emmy, how can you still continue to move with grace through all of this? Like, aren't you scared? Someone is threatening you. Someone is threatening your kids. Someone's threatening, like all of these different threats. And it's like, you know what? I come into this life equipped with a type of knowledge and skills that are necessary for every single type of situation that my life will send my way. It is what it is. It is what it is. Should I need to take action physically, in person? I will. I'm capable. Do I believe that my soul will allow harm to come to me? I believe soul knows better than I, and I need to trust my soul. I believe all of this is in some way, shape or form, some type of exercise for me to ripen my trust in myself, my capacity, my capability, and my soul. Above all things, my trust in my soul. So I take a look at all the things I've been through in life. I mean, how close have I come to being harmed through all the different stages of my life? There's been quite a few different times, but have I actually truly been harmed? No, things have been pushed away at the very last minute. And I trust my soul. When was the last time you allowed yourself to truly trust your soul as you go through something difficult? Knowing that even if you don't understand what's going on, the why, the how, the when, right? Um, that it's always in your best interest. And that when you flow with that, you enter into your true power, a power that if you do not consent, you will not allow that to happen. Soul has just this beautiful way. I'm telling you, I don't know if you guys are like me. I have an inkling you kind of are. We're kind of similar in many ways. With me, like you got to take it to a whole nother level for me to really stop with my resistance, right? When it comes to my life circumstance, my learning, my lessons tend to be extremely intense in comparison to the average person. Like the lessons that I go through tend to be completely life altering. Most people would probably fall onto their knees and beg soul to not let it happen. I'm over here like, bitch, why you gotta be that way? Fine. My gosh, what do you want me to do? I'm serious. These are the types of conversations I have with my soul. Like, bitch, why you gotta be that way? you know, things happen in the way they're meant to happen. However, that plays out. Things are meant to happen in the way they're meant to happen. And if I'm fully present in what I'm needing to learn, then I will learn what I need to learn with as little struggle as possible. Because really, soul is not interested in creating struggle. That's unnecessary. That's unnecessary. Now, when you're fighting it, it becomes necessary because now you're going to be forced to see just how strong you actually are, right? It's like the way I see it, it's just adding plates to that barbell to increase the resistance because you're resisting, right? So all you're doing is adding plates. And when you add plates onto the barbell, you are increasing the potentiality of hypertrophy. Do you know how you grow your muscle? Do you guys know how muscle grows? It requires the breakdown. It requires injuring your muscle. Not injuring in a way where, like an actual sports injury. I'm talking about allowing micro tears to occur. And when those micro tears occur, you're now positioned to grow. So when you allow yourself to receive the nourishment that's necessary to rebuild the muscle, you experience growth. You experience growth, massive growth. Your body is a testament to how you grow. If you don't take care of your body, that means you're not taking care of your soul, your path. You're not cultivating the growth. You're still going to continue to exist. You're still going to continue to experience things that carry with it the potentiality of you realizing how powerful you are. But it's merely a potentiality if you're not paying attention. You want to know my life hack for growth? You work that muscle to the point of failure. How many times have you felt like you failed at something? You're now primed for ridiculous amounts of growth, but only if you allow yourself to receive what's necessary when you need to receive it. So long as you continue to push away the very things that will lend to your growth, you will not grow. I have lost so many inches off my entire body in a matter of 4 months, going the minimum number of times per week to the gym, 3 days a week. 1 day for my back, 1 day for my chest, 1 day for my legs. Once a week, I work that group and I have had explosive growth. Why? Because I understand how my journey works and I can support myself in a way that really amplifies what I can do. In 4 months, I have converted, I would say, about 40 or so pounds of fat into 40 or so pounds of beautiful muscle. I'm in my mid 40s. I should not be able to grow in my physique like this in that short of a time frame with as minimum amount of commitment as I have. That 1 day a week that I work that muscle group, I give it my all. I am fully present. When was the last time you were fully present? That one time a year that your soul challenges you to rise to the invitation for growth. She said, you're too much. She said converted from Emmy Nicolina to Emmy Hokalina. I'm about to show you my ass, girl. My dried apricots is looking reconstituted. I'm saying, I'm saying, ask me to, I will. I know I probably won't. I'm saying, my dried apricots are now reconstituted. Okay, your foundation is upside down because it's like your expectation of who you are, who you should be, where you should be at this point, like this timeline that you have in your head, that's upside down, is totally upside down. You know what I mean? It's totally upside down. And then for some of us, it's like we're trying to change the circumstance by using alchemy of some sort. I mean, what if you're supposed to experience the things you're supposed to experience? What if? What if you're not supposed to change it? What if you're supposed to be fully immersed in it for the time frame that you're supposed to be? This right here. First, Chris, I'm very sorry you're in this circumstance. He says, what do you do if you have no job, no money, and have barely eaten any food in 3 weeks and have no help? I've tried everything to improve my life, but just gets worse. We have to get out of that mindset first and foremost. Acknowledge the areas in which we are refusing what we need. Okay. I'm saying this as someone who had no help either. And I lived in a parking lot with my husband and children in a broke down ass RV. I was transient for nearly 2 years. Okay, so I've absolutely been there. There are absolutely programs that I know for a fact you would qualify for if you've taken the time to seek that out. There are social workers or whatever they're called in every single country that can get you the knowledge that's necessary for you to receive the help that is needed. Too much, many of us, and I'm not talking about Chris specifically, speaking in general terms, many of us have not explored these different options because we're waiting for God or something to drop this in our lap. This is God right now dropping in your lap the way you will fix the situation you are suffering through. It requires action on your part. It requires exiting out of that comfort zone. And here's the reality, guys. This is a very sad, very heartbreaking reality. For far too long, too many of us have become so comfortable in the space of suffering. We don't choose suffering. We become comfortable being in pain. And now, because we're comfortable there, it's much scarier to step out of that space of suffering and extend ourselves to receive the information, receive the assistance, receive the support, whatever it is you're needing to receive. Society shames us so much if we allow ourselves to receive any type of state aid, federal aid for our struggles. Let me tell you right now, if you qualify for that aid, absolutely accept that aid, apply. They're not giving out free money, y'all. I'm getting real riled the fuck up over this. It's not free money. It is not free money. You pay taxes. That is a return on the loan you provided the government. Get the fuck out of here if you think that's free money. That's not free fucking money. You think, oh, my tax refund, the government is good because it gives me my money. When you get a tax refund, it means they took too much out when they robbed you the first time around. And no, that money doesn't go towards maintaining the roads. It doesn't go towards our healthcare or any of that. That's a federal tax. Federal doesn't do that. State does. County does. You pay whenever you purchase something. That's another tax. It's a tax on top of a tax on top of a tax on top of a tax. If you qualify for programs, find out if you qualify. And if you do, apply and receive your money back. That's not free money. You are not a burden to society. The burden is the fact that we keep giving billions of fucking dollars to other countries to fight wars. Fuck that shit. Our people are suffering. Our people are suffering. We're suffering. We got to stop. People on welfare, people on Medicaid, Medicare, people on SNAP benefits, people on WIC, all of these things, they're not the problem. They are not the problem. We got to stop being ashamed of taking our money back if we qualify to receive that aid. Absolutely. Absolutely take that money back. Receive it with no shame. I swear to God, if I qualify, I would be like, I ain't tripping. If I qualified, boo, give me my EBT card. I got some groceries to get. I'm saying, drop the shame. If you have a need, receive. Take care of that need. Step into your true power. Step into your true power. And one of the best, most powerful ways to do that is to stop playing into the program of shame and guilt. You are not a burden. You know what's a burden? The bullshit we finance overseas. That's the burden. I propose, I'm going to tell you, let's get real funky in this shit. I propose that if you are going to work in a political position, that you should be working for free. If you have the money to campaign for that position, you should be volunteering for that position and you should not get pay. I believe that if you're going to pass legislation for the people, that there should be a law that states you and your family will be the first to experience that legislation for at least 48 months before the rest of the people are forced to that mandate. Absolutely. I believe all peace officers, police officers, sheriffs, deputy, whatever the fuck it is, if you are in law enforcement, you as a part of your training should have enough information that will rival what lawyers need to learn. In addition, you need to carry personal insurance for your fuckery. Abso-fucking-lutely. And the wages that are supposed to go to these politicians, they should be given to teachers. Absolutely. I believe healthcare should be mandatory for everyone. Down to getting orthotics, down to getting glasses, whatever the fuck you need. That should be free. That should be free. If we have the money to subsidize shit like fucking GMO corn, soy, sugar, we can subsidize that. Let's subsidize healthcare. Absolutely. 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 I'm saying, I'm sick of this shit. Let me. Michael goes, you're going towards the cusp. You're approaching the cusp. No, because someone needs to say these things. Someone needs to say these things. Whatever. He goes, whatever. Anyways. Let me not get in trouble today. Let me be in compliance with Soul today. him. And this should be global. I'm saying, right? I'm saying any wars that politicians want to fight, nation against nation, it should be the politicians. They should be spending their money to learn MMA and they fight it out in a ring. Because fuck that shit. None of us fucking want war. None of us want this shit. Are you kidding me? None of us want this war. Whatever war they're trying to sell us, fuck this shit. Fuck your little balloon. Fuck your bullshit. Fuck all of it. I'm saying. Girl needs new orthotics. Okay? Girl needs new orthotics. I think it's bullshit. Okay. Ooh. Ooh. Michael goes, all seriousness. What? What? All right. Containment in reverse. So you're needing to let all of your personal power out of that box of containment. I'm saying it's time. It's time. You'll have that soon because they've learned how to genetically modify that as well. You'll have that soon. They've learned how to genetically modify it. They've also learned how to tax it. They figured it out. Yeah, you'll have that soon. I'm saying, let me take off my waist trainer. It's making me extra vicious. Hold on. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. Yes. Okay. A little bit more. Bottom portion. Just sick of this. All right. All seriousness, let's get back on track. Cleansing. There's nothing to cleanse, but there is something to purge, right? There is something to purge. You need to purge out the things that keep making you feel like you're the issue. You know, the things that keep making you feel like your needs are a problem. As a matter of fact, I know I have quite a few of you in the community who are from the land down under. Aussie. Oi. Can y'all please recommend different organizations that can help Chris with, possibly getting some aid? He really needs aid. I unfortunately don't have the ability to give anything right now. And, if you guys know any organizations in Australia that could help, Chris, if you're still here, if you want to put the state that are they called states? I don't know. Your general location. I'm not very cultured in that way. I don't know if they're called states. Are they regions? I don't I don't know. I really don't know. Don't judge me for that. Or go ahead and judge me. It's typical American not knowing other country stuff. But if anyone knows any programs that you can connect Chris to, at least with the information, things that he can search up, then I think we'll have done at least our little part as a community. Territory. I was wondering if it's a territory or a region. I don't know. I don't know. Wolf Skull Splitter has said it's a territory. All right. My grandma used to live in Australia. She lived there for quite some time. My grandfather is a rancher, was a rancher. Yes. Okay. Magic in reverse. So there's kind of this. I'll tell you guys. I'm not supposed to say I don't care. So I'll tell you guys. There's something going on, hyper excitation of the atmosphere, the outer, like the ionosphere, up to the stratosphere. There's different layers, right? Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all, okay? There's something that's being done right now. And this thing that's being done is very questionable, highly questionable. And it's causing a hyper excitation of the particles up there. Up there. Hold that. I'll show you. See, the troposphere, stratosphere. So there's particle excitation happening in this ozone area, right? This is a layer. It's in the upper stratosphere. Notice how it's below satellites and stuff. Okay. So there's stuff going on here that's then filtering down to here. Has to do with some upside down magical stuff. Okay. It has to do with a lot of I'll say it. Behavioral modification. Frequency-based behavioral modification based on long wave frequency and short wave frequency and the oscillation between the two. It can penetrate the human aura. I'm saying it penetrates the aura. It has the ability to penetrate through your auric membrane. And when it does that, oftentimes for people who are already neurodivergent, it can cause either a hyper or hypo excitation of the amygdala. It causes an increase in aggression. It causes effects on the frontal lobe. Y'all forehead's been feeling weird? Higher executive function, they're trying to affect your personality. And then if you've been feeling it towards the back, retrorubral fields are being hypo-stimulated, meaning your ability to detect true harm is being affected. Yo, bitch is educated by me. Ain't nothing I didn't learn by Googling shit. I'm saying, I love to learn. That's the thing. I love to learn. I do. So that's what's happening. It's this upside down. It's not magic, but people would think that it's magic. It's not. You're feeling in the back of your neck. That's because there's attempts to go ahead and degrade the connection. That's direct port injection of your higher self's cord. You don't attach to the higher self up here or here. It's the back of the head. The movie The Matrix, 9th chakra. That's where it is. That's where you connect. Oh, Michael. Michael says, you've said too much. But I'm crazy, remember? That they don't, that I'm crazy, remember? No one's going to believe me. I'm crazy. Yeah, no, he says, I'm serious. You've said too much. Whatever. Let's just run down the list. I'm erratic. I'm hard to profile. I'm a conspiracy theorist, therefore I'm questionable. I seem to have behavioral self-regulation issues, so I'm not a credible person. We're safe. We're safe. They don't like it if you behave in a way that's not erratic and you're sharing real information, because then they got you. And that's why I have to be erratic in live streams. You know what I'm saying? It's for my safety. It's for my safety. People think I'm crazy. Am I crazy? You think I'm making this shit up? You think I'm making it up? I'm saying everything I do is intentional. Hard to profile chaos in it. I'm saying. That's why they can't take my accounts down. I'm just this like novel little Asian fetish girl that talks crazy. Shadow. So there's a lot of things, dark things that are trying to be a mirror of your toxicity. What that means is the things you're going to be facing very soon, maybe in the next few days, it's going to start. Do you know if there's some type of lunar event, maybe some type of planetary alignment of some kind, something, something galactic? And y'all, don't get me started, because when I have free time today, I'm going to start looking at the maps. Nos confundum. I have these theories. I have these theories that pertain to planetary alignment. Okay, I'm not allowed to say that word. The, you know what I'm saying? I have these theories that are percolating. They're percolating. So you got to make sure that you don't form a union with this dark shadow. What's happening is with the particle excitation in the stratosphere that's filtering down, um, a lot of what's happening, a lot of what's being pushed forward, it's really to a lot of what's happening. It's almost like a biohacking and a pushing forward of your internal circumstance. It's like forcing a projection. Most people are afraid to face themselves. Most people are afraid to face themselves. And with that, it causes you to shrink down and reject more of your personal power. This is the process the globe is being forced into right now. I'm over here like, bitch, you're sexy when you're dark. I'm serious. Yes. Show me my darkness, bitch. Put on some thigh high leather boots, lace up in the back. What? I'm saying you got to stop being afraid of your shadow, because when you see things happening outside of you, that's a reflection of the shadow aspect of you, the parts that you've rejected because society told you you're not allowed to be that powerful. Don't be giving your power away. Do not be giving your power away. The last time we went through this type of cycle, it wasn't global. It was just a select few who were operating from a certain level of elevated frequency anchoring. And what ended up happening was those people had to face their shadows. And that was scary. That was scary. For the first couple of days, it was scary because it got real dark. And then it became this thing of, I swear to God, people don't give me enough credit for being in control of this. Whatever this is, like, y'all don't give me enough credit, yo. I'm telling you, don't be scared of who you are. That's not your fear. That's the fear of that proverbial they, them. They're afraid of you tapping into your personal power. How much you want to bet this video will have a restricted reach? How much do you want to bet this video will have a ridiculous amount of ads in it? I'm giving you the way to really get through this period. And if you can let yourself hear what I'm actually saying, intermingled with chaos and just buffoonery, you'll know exactly how to move through this period unscathed, untouched. Something is ending. Whatever it is that's ending, it needs to end. That crypt ass keeper, like, ho, you crypt keeper ass ho, you need to be done. I'm saying it needs to be done. We're all over it. I'm telling them. To all you who are, fueling all of this bullshit that the rest of us have to deal with. I'm telling you personally, your ancestors are sick of your shit. All right. They don't want it to awaken so that we don't celebrate. In celebration, we unify. Whenever there's a celebration, we're coming together in unification. So they don't want anything to be celebrated. Why do you think we are consistently being traumatized by the news? Why do you think? Right? There's all this hubbub about some balloon, whatever. Hello. It's over US airspace. Shoot that shit down. Shoot it the fuck down. Like, hello? Hello, US government? Yes. I'm tired of your shit. If you're concerned about spying, shoot the fucking shit down. It's over airspace. That belongs to us. Shoot the shit down. Quit fucking talking about it. Shoot it down. See, and we don't get that. There's very simple solutions for the bullshit that's going on. There really is. Very, very simple solutions. But we're made to feel like, oh my God. Yeah, no, shoot the fucking shit down. And then what? Well, they're going to be mad? For what? That shit's over our airspace. They have no authority over here. At this point, oh well. Yeah, they did shoot it down after they fearmongered everyone. That shit should have been shot down over the Pacific. They let it go all the way across the whole fucking nation to ensure everyone's scared. It's okay to have fear. It's powerful to have more courage than you do fear. Know when you're being played. Know when you're being manipulated on a global scale and a personal scale. Know when you are. There's information that you can find that will clearly illustrate that the American people did not want to be part of World War II, and that the government was in possession of intel. They were aware of Japan's intention to attack Pearl Harbor, and they did nothing to stop it. They needed an event to rile the people up so that we would agree to go to war. I'm saying, fuck all that bullshit. Focus on your growth. Focus on what you're going through right now on a personal level, and learn how to love yourself unconditionally as you go through the things you're going through. You're going through certain things. Whatever those things are, They are for your growth. Okay? They are for your growth. They are for your greatest good. It might not feel like it. Might not. It's okay. You'll get through it. Allow yourself to return back to a space of behaving and existing as a free spirit. Allow it. Allow it, allow it, allow it. Okay? You're going through a transformation. And for those who are not willing to go through the transformation, you're going to be very heavily affected by the news and all of that over the next several months. Over the next several months, there will be a lot of attempts. Dare I say it? It's going to get me in a major shadow ban. I'm already having a shadow ban. What the fuck does it matter? So, have you guys heard of Hegelian? Michael is going to put his hand over my mouth. If you do, I'm going to bite you. I gonna bite you. Be ready. So, there's a lot of stuff that's going to be pushed out there to get the primarily the neurotypical people to beg for us to be involved in things we don't need to be involved in, right? Yes. Okay. Hi. Hello. Y'all, I must say I am married to one fine ass man. I'm saying, he makes me giddy like I'm still 19. Okay, carrying on. Cosmic connection. So there's going to be those who will be drawn to each other, right? Like forming small groups, probably social groups. I would assume it's more social groups than anything for now. These are people who are meant to experience whatever we're going to experience together. Okay. So pushing past your fear to connect with others, pushing past your fear of people getting to know you, right? Because for many of us, we still absolutely have this fear that people will see who we are. And then it will be this thing of, they're not going to like it. It's not true. I used to think that. I used to think that for quite some time. And I used to play this role, this caricature of only specific aspects of who I am. Like I've never been a fake person, but I have learned over the course of my life how to hide the aspects of me that I think are going to be unacceptable to people. So yeah, no, those are real parts of me. But I also hid the rawest, most beautiful parts because I felt like people would not be able or willing to accept those parts of me. You know what I learned? That it was obnoxious to be that afraid of people seeing who I am, the full gravity of me. That I didn't need to try and be part of things that were not in alignment with who I am at my core. And that when I was ready, the people who could see the truth of who I am, my integrity, my heart, my intentions, that they would just naturally find me and we would build a community together. I don't think I'm a special person at all. I think I'm very well equipped to serve humanity, to assist others. Yeah, of course. But I don't think I'm special. I don't think I'm elevated. I think that these things that I've been able to do for myself to help heal myself as I go through this human journey are things that you absolutely could do as well. I feel like we all can do these things. We all can lose enough of the fear that our courage will be more pronounced than the fear that's left behind. And with that courage, we can begin to show the world who we are, the gravity of what we're here to do. It's up to you, though. No one can force you to. Just like no one could force me to. I had to go through cycle after cycle after cycle of being maltreated by the very people who I allowed to come close to the reality of who I am. And each time, each cycle, it elevated and escalated and got more and more pronounced until finally I got sick and tired of just being the nice person, the whipping girl, the most humblest motherfucker in the room, that yet, even though I don't show what I can actually do, the assholes of every environment I enter into choose me to be the one they use as the benchmark for their worth. I understand fully why I was consistently degraded in the way that I was. I was the strongest one in the room. Are you kidding me? I was the strongest one in the room, and that basic animal instinct of if I challenge the strongest one in this environment, then by virtue of that challenge, their power will be transferred to me. It's not how that shit works, motherfucker. That's not how that works. And that didn't end until I exited out of that space within myself, the space where I held space for people like that to come and enter. Right? I was holding space inside my heart for the people who had a desire, a willingness, and a capacity to be malignant to me. I know y'all do that too. You got to stop. You don't need to be punished. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop. You got to stop playing small. I'm not talking about bragging. I'm talking about stop playing small. Stop playing this character. Be who you are. People are going to have a problem with you regardless. But at least when you are who you are, when people have a problem with you, you're too busy being who you are to even notice. I'm sure there's plenty of people who still have a problem with me. I don't give a fuck. I don't. No, genuinely, I don't. I'm too busy giving a fuck about the things that are beautiful, the things that grow our community, that empower us as individuals and as a group. Those are the things I give a fuck about. That's what I have time for, nothing else. Outside of my family, that's the only thing I have time for. That's the only thing. Is it going to grow us? Yes, absolutely. I got time for it. Let's squeeze it in. Nonsensical drama, fuck that shit. Get out of here. I don't care about that. People are saying, but I don't care. I don't care. Tell it to Oprah. I don't care. I don't care. I really don't. They can say whatever they want about you. They're going to keep saying whatever they want about you. Who cares? They need you to care. They need you to care. There is this wildly successful gentleman that I had given advice to recently. He's in a huge industry, and he was offered a considerable sum, and he was wondering if he should accept that offer in exchange for his work, his products. And I was like, no, you're worth more than that amount. It's basically a test. It's a test. That person that's making you that offer has tried to make your life a living hell, has degraded you. You're going to accept their offer? You're going to prolong their career. No. Here's the reality. They need you in order to remain relevant. This is the biggest power play you can do. Bowing out gracefully, like, nope, no, thank you. Let that fizzle out. Let it fizzle out. Let people say what they're going to say. Let people say what they're going to say, because they're going to say it anyways. Too many times I've been through situations where people need me to continue to engage in order for that drama to continue, so that they can continue to build their reach, continue off my back. Fuck you, bitch. Say what the fuck you want. I'm out. I'm good. Say what you want. Freedom of speech. Say what you want. I'm too busy helping people. See, that's the difference between me and those type of people. My energy, my focus are valuable. I'm not going to waste it on petty ass bullshit like that. Don't get me wrong. I do got petty running through my blood. Someone amazing once told me recently, the P in Pisces stands for petty. The accuracy. The accuracy of that. But I'm selective of who I will gift my petty to. I'm very selective at this point. Very, very, very selective. Absolutely. As it should be. Okay? Save your energy for the things that will grow you, the things that will get you to the next layer, the next level of your existence. It's so important. During this period, as you're stepping into your true power, the compassion you have for others, that needs to be explored. Okay? That needs to be explored. I'm going to say something controversial. If you can't handle any more controversial stuff coming out of me today, I implore you to please use earmuffs. You cup your hands like this, like a C, right? And you place it over your ears. And then you say, this is a song that doesn't end. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Some people started singing it, not knowing what it was. They'll keep right on singing it forever, just because this is a song that, and you just keep doing that until I go like this, at which point you'll know I'm done. So, ready? Earmuffs on? Okay, here's the thing. Yo, your compassion for other people is being exploited. It's absolutely being exploited. There's such a thing as using you, right? Sometimes people will see how good of a person you are, and they will try and take advantage of that. Everyone has things that they are going through. If you don't feel called to help, if you don't have the ability to help, you're going to have to keep going. Okay? There's going to be people who you are very, very much called to help. Like, you just cannot stand the thought of not doing anything to help. And then there will be those where, when you allow yourself to take a step back and really observe, it's like, okay, are you really in a crisis? Because this looks chronic. If it's chronic, then really this hardship that the person is going through, which it's not a joke to me. It does hurt my heart when I know people are going through hardship. But if they've been going through this same hardship for like 3, 4, 5 years, that's their lifestyle. That is no longer a crisis. And I have struggled deeply with learning the lesson of when someone chooses a specific lifestyle, there's nothing I can do that will be enough to save them from their choice. So, calibrate your compassion for those who actually can do something beneficial with it. They have a desire and a willingness to apply themselves to shift their circumstance, and they just need a little hand up, right? I mean, we all experience low points at some point. And if, they're experiencing some type of low point, this is not their normal state, they're experiencing a low point, and you have the ability to help, yes, help. If you don't have the ability to help, don't. Please don't. Please don't. Make sure that you're okay. 2 people being in a messed up situation is not ideal, right? Putting yourself right there with them, it's not going to do anything. It's not. So know the boundaries that you exist within are meant to keep you healthy, keep you balanced. True power is not about martyrdom. It's not. It's not about martyrdom. There's just too many variables that are not being considered before we extend the help that we, are thinking should be extended. So just keep that in mind. Communication. So there's a communication coming through. I don't know if you guys are feeling like almost electrostatic around the head, kind of like this. It's feeling like electrostatic. There's communication coming through. Whatever this communication is, it's profound. I don't know where it's coming from for you guys. It might be from your soul. It might be, I don't know. Let's see what the cards say. I think for some of you, what this is that your soul is giving you clarification regarding your soul journey, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at this clarifier sigil. Just breathe very deep, very slow. Let yourself look at all the green lines. And as you look at all the green lines, allow your eyes to kind of lose focus for a few seconds. And then close your eyes and see this sigil in your mind's eye. See it activating the areas of your space that need the assistance, need that little bit of boost in order for you to gain access to your filters that will give you further clarity. Okay? Just let that cycle through. I'm not pushing any energy. This is you doing the energy work yourself. Let that cycle through. Take a deep breath in, slow exhale out, and slowly open your eyes. All right. How do you guys feel? I think for some of us, what we're needing clarity on is how the shadow work that we thought we were doing has been upside down, and we've struggled with raising our level or expanding our level of awareness, right? A lot of the things that have been pushed out into spiritual communities has been stuff that has greatly negatively impacted your personal journey because it carries with it latent forms of shame, right? You've been made to feel ashamed because you can't meditate. Yo, meditation is not for everyone. Meditation is beautiful and centering for those who have a lower frequency, for those who are neurotypical, those who are neurodivergent and of a higher, much higher frequency. Meditation is really fucking hard to do. It really is. It's really hard to do. I mean, if I'm going to meditate for 30 minutes by myself, that's 30 minutes of me like, bitch, stop fucking around. Focus on your breathing. What should we make for lunch? Oh my God, I need to get my nails done. I can't stand acrylic though. That's how my meditations go. Maybe just a pedicure, but I don't. They always cut my cuticle. That's how my meditations go if I try and meditate by myself. Mikey, Mikey, so that's my meditations. Yeah, I can lead one hell of a meditation though. I'm telling you, I'm really good at that. But you're going to ask me to sit there quietly? That's just going to be a huge problem. That's going to be a huge problem. If I want to meditate, if I want to enter into a space of stillness, this is very common for neurodivergent people, okay? Quantum divergence especially. You're going to have to preoccupy my physical body. So I'm probably going to have to be running on the elliptical. You're going to have to suspend my sensory. So I'm probably going to need to have music playing very, very loud with a boom, this bass to it. Yeah. And then you're probably going to need me to close my eyes because if I see things, I'm hyperfixate on things. And then I'm probably going to need to sing 2 additional different songs in the song that's playing with a complementary bass as well. And then I will be stillness like outside of that, good fucking luck. The squirrel that lives in here is rabid. That rabid ass squirrel. Yeah, I can't. I can't. So you have to be aware of the ways in which you have low key been manipulated into believing your process is invalid. Did you know that people with an extremely high frequency, they're not compatible with veganism? The highest frequency people, those who are the most evolved, it's not compatible. It negatively affects their physiology. It does. It also will boost their frequency too high and they will no longer be able to relate to other people. It will cause them to have some very serious attitude problems, behavioral problems, impatience. It will greatly affect their ADHD issues, all of that. They'll be much more astral, giving them a sense of vertigo consistently, nausea, dissociation. They'll suffer from dissociation, psychological disturbances, chronic. They'll probably also develop fibromyalgia. No joke. Depression, yes, especially depression, because you become so hyper aware of the suffering in the world that it seems like a fool's task. Um, is that true of vegetarians too, or just vegans? I'm not saying veganism is bad. I'm saying if you're not eating for your frequency and you're a very high frequency person, you think, you have to be vegan because that's the only spiritual option. And I'm saying this as someone who is vegan for 6 years. I came real close to irreversible organ damage. Yeah. Yeah, you know. Exactly, Stacy. You know what I'm saying? Picking up some of that sauce, tasting it is good. It's good. It's good. A lot of the vegan alternatives, first and foremost, listen to the logic of this, okay? If you are vegan, not trying to attack vegan, it's just I want to share my logic, my questions, my perception. If you are vegan and you are eating meat substitutes because you've chosen a vegan lifestyle for the ethics of it, why are you still craving the taste of blood and meat? Why do you still choose to eat foods that are an imitation of a carcass? So then you haven't done anything spiritual with that. That's my perception of it. In addition, what's happening is those vegan alternatives, which I ate a whole bunch of that for a little bit. Those vegan alternatives are oftentimes super saturated with glyphosate, which it causes synergistic toxicity. It cages the heavy metals that normally would not be allowed past the blood-brain barrier. It transports it. It damages your brain. Nothing wrong with veganism. I think it's a beautiful lifestyle if you're truly genuine in that. I think it's a very beautiful lifestyle. I can't sustain it. It makes me very sick. But it's a very beautiful lifestyle. But just really question that. People who The reason they're doing veganism is because of the ethics, right? The lack of ethics with the way animals are forced to live. Why do you still purchase products, food like products, that simulate the texture and flavor of rotting flesh? Don't fall for the lies. If you're going to be a vegan, for the ethics, get rid of even the simulation. I'm not telling you not to be a vegan. For some people, veganism is very healthy. If you're lower frequency, which doesn't make you less than, first and foremost, that doesn't make you less than. You have to know where you're at. If you're lower frequency, veganism, perfect for you. It'll help you top up and level out, so that way you can be working at your prime levels. It will help you with your spiritual journey. It will really support that meditative space that you're trying to occupy. It will help give you clarity, but you're gonna have to get rid of that simulated carcass, right? Um, the best type of veganism is a raw vegan, because the food is not degraded through heat. Most of those nutrients are still intact. When you cook veggies, it's no longer living food. The premise of veganism is it's living food, living energy. Now, when you cook it, you just killed it. I'm saying you just killed it. Has to be raw. You can't heat it past, like, I think 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Because when you do, you begin to degrade the nutrients. It's no longer a living food. And these are things, no one talks about this. No one talks about this. They're just like, oh, you got to be this. You got to be. No, you got to listen to your body. You got to listen to what you need. Stepping into your true power requires you thinking for yourself. You have to think for yourself. You have to consider the messages being delivered to you from your soul through your body. That's how you become empowered, not by listening to me and like, well, what does Emmy eat? Who cares? I'm a different person. I have a different need than you do. Listen to your body. Do a lot of reading on the benefits of each. I'm not talking about by people who are sensationalizing these things. Don't listen to those people. They're providing you content that's ego-based. I'm giving you very neutral, very objective information. Like, there's no cookie cutter approach. There's no cookie cutter approach. What worked for me a year ago does not work for me now. You continue to evolve as a person, so your needs will change. You got to always listen to yourself. That's how you really tap into your power. By doing that, by listening to your soul, communicating through your body, right? So there's a desire to halt your progression, and they're going to do it in whatever way they can. Whether it's organic portals being drawn to you, creating havoc for you to derail your progress. Excuse me. Whether it's this forced belief that you need to fight for your place in this world. You know how big the world is. We don't got to fight for anything. Do you know there's enough food for everyone? Farmers, dairy farmers, any type of farmers, egg producers, all of these different food producers, right? They are quietly being instructed to destroy their products, to fabricate a shortage. Did you know that it wasn't until, I think, like the 1900s, maybe a little bit more than maybe like 1930s ish, somewhere around there. That's when we began with the hospitals as we know it now and grocery stores as we know it now. Up until that point, we actually made our own things. We raised our own livestock. We grew our own food. We went ahead and bartered for cloth, textiles, so we could create our own clothes. We knew how to live with the land and grew our own medicines. Our food was true food because up until 22. Don't quote me. Squirrel lives here, remember. I think it was around 1922 when they outlawed hemp as the primary food for our livestock. After multiple generations, they no longer have the necessary nutrients that we receive when we consume their meat. They've been fucking with our food a long time, a very long time. They want to say that this and that is bad. You have a cannabinoid system in your body. The aliens fucking made us dependent on cannabis. It's a whole food for us. Now, the ratio between THC and CBD, that's what will create the psychoactive experience. And those who are extremely high frequency have a tendency to be reactive, negatively reactive to THC. Why do you think they upped the THC levels and they promoted that? There's a lot of information. There's a lot of information that has been grossly polluted. And then we have the people who have infiltrated spiritual communities and they call it their medicine. No, bro, you have a substance issue. You have a self-medication issue that needs to be addressed. It's no longer a medicine, it's an addiction. And I'm have a huge heart for people who have addiction struggles. Those are people who have suffered tremendously due to a lack of connection with a caring, loving sovereign. They don't need to be further shamed. But we have to speak openly and clearly about what's being done, the types of infiltrations that have occurred within the most sacred spaces. You got to be careful who you listen to. Because when you listen to people who have the right aesthetic, right? They present themselves in such a way where it's like, ooh, spiritual goddess. You have no idea where they're leading you. The truth of a sovereign is no one leads you. People will be brought to you to inspire you to keep going, but no one actually leads you. You are to lead yourself, to have no fear of any shadow spaces you walk through, and to not shrink down when you're exposed in full light. Are you ready to enter into your personal power? You have to allow yourself to be reborn from shadow, to be reborn into this space of embracing all the parts of you that at some point, someone somewhere convinced you was wrong, was bad. All the parts of me and my character that all of you guys just really go out of your way to celebrate and like make me feel good about. Those were all the parts that up until just a handful of years ago, literally, I was shamed into silencing. Seriously. I was not allowed to show people my humor because it's too much. People won't understand. I was not allowed to show people my intelligence because it's too much. People understand. I was not allowed to speak openly and candidly about the messages from soul because it's too much. You're going to scare people. Everything is just too much. Too much. Yeah, it's going to be too much if you exist in a space of totality in a world that was designed to be a space of deficit. So what people think is too much, that's actually our norm, our birthright. Maybe it seems too much because you've been conditioned to settle for too little. Maybe that's the real issue, right? So maybe when people try and tell you to be a little less than who you are, maybe it's time to separate from them. They're a different type of person than you. And no, you don't have to force them to agree with you. You don't have to force them to understand the gravity of you, to appreciate you, to value you. No, you have to remove yourself from those environments, the environments that don't give you permission that you never needed. You need to remove yourself from those environments, from those people. Oh, but Emmy, that's everywhere, right? So then that means you're going to have to find the courage to exist as you, authentically you, regardless of who you're in front of. Right? Right. That's the solution, for you to be you, authentically you, with no shame, no hesitation. Um, Also, still knowing, just for clarity's sake, still knowing when it's time to kind of back up a little bit because it's overwhelming the person, right? I can be authentically me, but when I begin to sense as an empath, sense that the person is being overwhelmed with what I am sharing, that I need to kind of back up just a little bit out of consideration and respect, and to give them the opportunity to begin the digestion process, to really take in, like, okay, wait, whoa, let me wrap my mind around this for a moment. And I will be like, yeah, no, go ahead. If you want to ask me more questions, you definitely can. But yeah, I know I said a lot, didn't I? And letting them digest it. That's how you love people, by sharing to the degree that they're capable of taking in and knowing when it's time to kind of back up a little bit. Because y'all, I be intense. I be intense sometimes. I mean, if you think I've shared a lot of information in this live stream, that's not even scratching nothing. That's not even scratching nothing. Like, seriously, that's not even scratching nothing. It's not. Um, Judgment in reverse. So in spiritual communities, there's kind of like this thing of you don't want to be judgmental. Why? Judgment is a component of discernment. Why would you not want to use judgment? Don't confuse judgment with condemnation. Your judgment of a situation, of a person, whatever it is you're judging as part of your discernment process, it should not involve condemnation. Just because you disagree, just because they have a different stance, just because you don't understand, whatever it is, it should not involve condemnation. Now, when someone is being extremely obtrusive, intrusive, with their attempts to dominate you, hell yeah, condemn that motherfucker. For real, condemn them. You're not there to accept ill treatment. No. Part of the ways that I would condemn someone is to just not interact ever again. Ever again. No interaction. The moment you begin to treat me in that way, where clearly you're attempting to dominate me, no, no, I'm good. Oh, no, but I mean, no, really. I don't give a shit what you say. I'm good. I'm good. I don't like you as a person. Like, we're not compatible. You're never going to force me to agree. So don't waste your time. And I say this as someone who sees everyone as my teacher. What that person is teaching me is that I need to be able to establish I'm the only dominant motherfucker in my space. Back the fuck up and not be apologetic. Because see, I don't do that to people. I don't get in people's faces over, like, no, I'm not going to try and dominate you. And I expect reciprocity. If you're incapable of reciprocity and you're still fixated on attempting to dominate me, I will rake you through the coals before I dismiss you. So it would be nice if you just back the fuck up. This is me being a whole person. I don't need to sugarcoat things that need to be delivered in a way that the individual, the recipient, can understand. Far too much, I've made the mistake of sugarcoating the delivery of my message and that message being distorted in that person's eyes, thinking it's okay. It's not okay. I'm so open. Anyone who knows me, like really knows me, knows that I am so open to hearing differing thoughts, differing opinions. It's okay. This right here, it's hard to be rude. Who said being truthful was rude? The liars. So am I being rude or am I being truthful to the degree that it cannot be misconstrued? Right? I had to shift the way I see it. And oh, you know what? Let me be clear. For me to be able to get to that point, it's a whole process. It is a whole process. I still struggle with it. It's a lot easier for me to talk about very candidly once I'm finally there. But the actual process to get me there is a whole nother struggle. Like the amount of anxiety, the discomfort. I'm not even joking. Like, oh my God. Oh my God. I just say it, girls, just say it. I can't. And then finally I'm like, listen, hey, listen, listen. Get yeah, it's a whole process. It takes me a lot to get there. But honey, once I'm there, I'm not backing down. You took it too far. You need to back the fuck up. You're all up in my space. I'm never going to agree with you. You need to excuse yourself. And that's that. Yeah, I'm not going to feel bad at that point. Once it finally comes out, I'm not going to feel bad. But all the way up to that point where it does come out, ooh, the nausea, the vagus nerve issues. Yeah, no, it's hard. It's hard, but it's necessary and worth it. My peace is real peace, and therefore it's worth asserting my dominance over myself. Think about it. How far would you go? How far would you go to maintain a peace that doesn't even exist? When we're like, we don't want to be rude, we don't want to offend people, there's no peace there because they've already been offending you. The peace that you're thinking you're trying to maintain by not speaking your truth, it doesn't exist. Even the fake part of that peace only exists because you are allowing yourself to be maltreated. I once was in a group chat and there was someone that, I interacted with quite a bit and I don't know, they freaked out about something. And then they decided to try and like start shit in the group chat. And they were trying to totally gaslight me into ejecting someone from the group chat who didn't even do anything in front of that person. Okay. And then I forget exactly how it went down, but I think they also were trying to say that I needed to fire my personal assistant at the time. And my response was, you better be sure you want to start this with me. Are you sure? Are you sure you want to start with me? The whole chat went silent. All the little jumping 3 dots went to bed. Because, honey, you better make sure you really, really know what you're starting. This is your only opportunity to bow out with your grace intact, with your dignity intact. Because once I start, you're going to be ending up crying, first and foremost. I'm not going to feel bad, and you're going to burn that bridge with me. Because no one talks shit about my team just because you're upset. And you don't put me in a position where I have to pick and choose who I'm going to be cool with. This is not fucking high school. It's not middle school. So you better make sure you know what you're starting when you start with me. That's how that went. That's how that went. I have no shame anymore for having standards and being able to communicate my desire to stay in a space of neutral. Like, y'all are bickering. I got nothing to do with this. That person had nothing to do with this. My personal assistant don't got nothing to do with this. Bitch, back up. Because you're the only demon whore in this conversation right now. You're the only demon whore in this conversation right now trying to tell everyone what to do. I don't give a fuck how much money you got. I don't give a fuck how many sessions you bought. Check yourself. You bought sessions, not me. And so they learned that day that I will always conduct myself with integrity, that I will not sell myself out just to what? Secure that you purchase more sessions. I don't want to accept your sessions though. I hold myself to a level of integrity that, yeah, no. When you can willingly attack people who's not even attacking anyone, just to what? I don't know. I don't remember what their exact goal was. I just remember I was like, what the fuck's going on in this chat? Okay, we're not scanning. I'm not scanning anyone unless they want it. Clearly, they don't want to be scanned. You're not going to be fucking gaslighting me into pointing fingers at other people. Like, no, none of this shit's going to be flying with me. Everyone's sovereignty is going to be respected. And if you're not going to be able to respect it, you're the only motherfucker that needs to go. You are the only motherfucker that needs to leave this chat. Because ain't no one else trying to force anything. And that's the thing. When you are a sovereign in your true power, you have no desire to dominate other people. None. Maybe it's because I'm a sovereign. Maybe it's because I'm a Sigma. I don't really care. I have no desire to dominate other people. None. Like, you don't have to agree with me. You don't have to eat the same thing as me. You don't have to have the same practice as me. Like, you are valid in your experience. You can have a bad impression of me. That's fine. Maybe I was acting badly that day. Who knows? Who knows? I'm not perfect. Stepping into your power is about no longer playing a role that you are forced to play in order for other people to tolerate you. I mean, for much of my life, being able to successfully convince people to tolerate me, I saw that as a success. Not so much now. Not so much now. You give me even a hint of you having a personal opinion that I'm insufferable in some way. It was nice chatting. I gotta go. You making me feel in some way without words, maybe just your energy, that I'm creating inconvenience for you. I gotta go. But thank you. I hope you have an amazing day. Never gonna talk to you again. I don't have the time, the patience, the energy, or the desire to share space with people who make me feel like I'm not enough. Especially now that I'm allowing myself to really, really see how much I actually am. It has nothing to do with competing or comparing with other people. Me saying how much I am is not the same as me saying you are less than. Has nothing to do with anyone else. Has everything to do with me finally understanding the gravity of me and my existence, and allowing that awareness of the gravity of me and my existence to further confirm why it's so important to always be centered in truth. And what's the truth? I'm here in the capacity of service, to assist, to empower, to protect. That's it. That if I'm to be recognized globally for something, it would be for those things that I empowered you, inspired you, protected you, encouraged you to grow into your power. That's it. I legit have no desire to be any type of anything outside of a stay-at-home mom who happens to be publicly visible and hopefully inspires people to tap into their power whenever I am publicly visible. That's it. Notice how my stance has never changed. Since I first became publicly visible in 2016, my stance and my perception of my proper place in the world has never changed. It's not going to change. I'm aware of the capacity in which I serve. I can still be powerful in that capacity. There's power in that. There's value in that. To know I can positively impact another life just by being me. Oh my God, that's powerful. But I don't need to be more powerful than anyone else. I need to be powerful in my perception of what I can do for myself and for others. That's it. Stand in your power. That's all you have to do, is become aware of the gravity of your existence. Not how you can dominate other people, not how you can convince other people of this or that. That's the nonsensical human shit. Yes, you're human, but you're also so much more. I think it's the time for you to begin exploring that so much more. You've already got the human part down, right? You've already got that part down. So start exploring the other aspects of you, the celestial aspects, the parts that are so beautiful, that witnessing that would change someone's life. Would cause someone to feel like, I can be in the space of peace too. I can help people too. I matter too. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you can. Yes, you will. And yes, you already are. It's common for people to tell me that sharing space with me has changed their life. It's very humbling too. Like, yeah, how? It's not for me to understand or know. It's for me to accept. But here's the less common part. For people to understand the gravity of their presence has changed my life as well. That this is an equal exchange. In this space, we stand shoulder to shoulder and we are equally changing each other's lives for the better. And this is the truth of a spiritual community. This is the truth of the power of our community, that we can hold a space so profound that we all lead and we all walk together. We're all equally important. It's powerful. Tell me you don't feel powerful when you're here. Tell me you don't feel like you're home in this space that we share. Tell me. Especially all of y'all who have never commented thinking I don't feel you. I feel your ass. You might as well say hi. Stop being so much like me. Oh, you guys, I waved at someone today. I know, it sounds crazy. I did. The crossing guard. We had to drive past the school, and I was smiling to myself. I was thinking like, I'm going to wave. And then I look over and I guess the crossing guard had already seen me smiling. And so he waved and I was like, and then I turned to my husband. I was like, I waved. He goes, it's true. It's true. Okay, guys, I better finish up. Invoke the Orphan in reverse. Right? Invoke the Orphan in reverse. What that means is you don't need to call upon other things for your protection. You are divinely protected. You are covered in the divine love of creation. I ripped my hair. That's okay. It's going to be fine. You're covered in divine love. You don't have to be afraid of this or that. You can be fine. I'm telling you, you're going to be fine. Trust me, if you don't know me that well yet, get to know me. No, seriously, if you don't know me that well yet, just know that I don't sugarcoat things. And if you're not going to be fine, I'm be like, girl, you're going to be fucked up. I really am that blunt. I will tell you straight up, like, this is bad. You're going to get fucked up. You're like, really? It's not good. No, you're going to be fine. Really. I mean it. That's what I feel, that we're all going to be fine, that this is simply a process that we're in, right? So card number 37. Okay. Ooh, gaslighting. What? Card number 37, fire element desire. Passion, though a bad regulator, is a powerful spring. Fire is burning determination. Fire scorches away impurities, clearing a landscape for new growth and leaving an area healthier and stronger. This card denotes honesty and suggests you act assertively. You're about to get up front with someone or vice versa. Ooh, 2 snaps up. Boo. Tie your hair back. Make sure it's in a ponytail, maybe a bun. Okay. I would definitely, if you're going to be confrontational, I would make sure that the clothes you wear are skin tight, because they're less likely to be able to. I'm saying, I'm just trying to give you tips. What? Do some stretches. Make sure you're limber. All right. It's hard to put you in a submission move if you're limber. I'm super limber when I stretch. Okay. Anyways, in any event, you will soon understand where you stand, as all of your cards will be put on the table. Ooh, you about to find some stuff out. I'm saying, watch out for bossy people when this card comes up. It can indicate a type of bulldozing that will be hard to deal with. Others may claim they're speaking to you from a place of truth and concern, whereas they may not understand the situation very well and not offer the best advice. Ooh, Marlene is chiming in. Okay. This is me plucking the drama banjo. The fiddle. What were you saying? So she's saying, be careful of expressing your plans to people who you think has your best interests at heart, because they might not. They might not. They might be more about preserving the situation to keep it as it is, because as it is, they have so much influence over you. I don't know what she's talking about. This card can imply the ego going out of control. Be careful of others attempting to take over and claiming as theirs what you have created or started. Ooh. This is a card of passion. Therefore, if romance is your question, this is a compelling attraction, at least on the part of one of you. It might not be reciprocated. Unrequited love is a mofo. However, don't make the mistake of attempting to make your love interest jealous if you feel you're not getting the attention you crave. This will surely backfire. Ooh, I'm saying. Okay. In romance, this card can indicate a sudden attraction. If it's not meant to be, it will burn out fast. If the relationship has legs, you'll be great supporters and protectors of each other. So, there's potentiality there. You just make sure that you don't get all bajiggity. Okay. Don't get bajiggity. Slow it down, slow your roll, pump your brakes. I used to have a Boston Terrier. And he would do this thing where he would go like this with his paw. I would tell him, pump your brakes. So he would go like this. He was a spaz. He was a spaz. Don't worry. His name was Dizzy. Dizzy, pump your brakes. And he would start pumping his brakes. Card number 38. Earth element, stability. Every moment and every event of every man's life on earth plants something in his soul. Ooh! Ooh! Oh, shit. This is too much. Oh, shit. Hold on. Okay. I'm sorry. Y'all don't even know what I'm getting all hypey over here for. Marlene said something. Um, every moment and every event of every man's life on earth plants something in his soul. Boo, you are the heirloom seeds that have been strewn around this man's garden. He is cultivating you for the harvest. Ooh, someone likes you. I'm saying, my bladder is full. Don't make me pee. Girl, hold it in. Okay. Now is the time to draw upon your strength. So someone's afraid. Someone's probably feeling kind of intimidated. Think of yourself as solid and sure as a rooted tree. You are firm. Okay. You are firm. Nothing can knock you out of your spot. All right. Mm-hmm. Allow others to be who they are. It's not time for rushing or criticism. When this card comes up in a reading, it can indicate that matters are becoming rock solid and sure. It can mean you may have to prove yourself in some tangible way at this time or very soon. So I'm gonna pee. No, please don't. Okay. I'm trying to recalibrate. I really don't want to pee on myself. My bladder is very full right now. I don't want to pee on myself. Like, Michael says, like last time. So my husband came out of nowhere. Literally. I did not hear him enter the room. Y'all, when you pass a certain age as a woman, it don't take much. it don't take much. And he suddenly popped up out of nowhere. I absolutely peed myself. He thought it was the most hilarious shit ever. And I was like, I just changed my clothes. I was so upset. And he thought it was hilarious. The shit was not hilarious. I peed myself. And he's like, I wasn't even trying to scare you. I don't care what you were trying to do. You startled me. Darling, you startled me. He startled the shit out of me. Okay. When this card comes up in a reading, it can indicate that matter. Okay, we already read that. This card is about being practical and landing on your feet. You will want to look out for stubbornness at present, either in yourself or others. This can indicate being fixed in your views and not willing to try something new. It implies you may not feel it is time to change your ways or your course. However, action is needed. It's time to stop plotting and to let go of your fears. This card is about building blocks, building a home, or building a foundation for your life. In this way, you are finding a master plan in what works, right? Right? He did get me. I don't typically tinkle myself if I get startled. I don't know what happened. I was not prepared. I did not get an opportunity to kegel it. Yeah, okay. Okay. You're encouraged to relax, take a break, and return to the garden. Ooh! Y'all, he's tilling the fields. He is tilling the fields, preparing the seeds. You are the heirloom seeds to his garden. Woo! I'm saying someone likes you. I'm not claiming none of this shit. I'm telling you. I've had enough of people liking me in inappropriate ways, causing fucking problems for me. One showed up at my brother's house, waited until 3 a.m. for me to get home. Another one's trying to kill me. Y'all need to calm the fuck down with your attractions. Telling y'all, I'm sick of that shit. I'm a Pisces. I'm nice to everybody. Just because I'm nice to you does not mean my vajayjay want to be your friend. My vajayjay is more antisocial than I am. Leave her alone. People, I swear to God. I'm telling y'all, people be too fucking much with me sometimes. Too much. Too much. Too much. Save your attention for people who want it. I don't want it. Motherfuckers, I swear to God. I'm serious. Someone literally waited until like 3 a.m. at my brother's house, waiting for me to come home. Bitch, what did you think was going to happen? Okay, anyways. Card number 12, Black Moon Lilith mystery. In revenge and in love, woman is more barbaric than man is. I do concur. I concur. It's true. It's time to be careful. Think of what might manifest over anger, bitterness, or revenge. What you have worked so hard for may collapse. Okay. Let's see. Okay. This card represents the powers we hold in secret. When it comes up during a reading, something lurks. Lilith appears as a dark part of the astrological chart. She is our shadow side, the dark face of the moon, where mysteries and unexplained occurrences lie in wait. Yo, maybe later tonight we can have okay, maybe later tonight we can have a conversation in the Soul Sanctuary exclusive chat. I got a lot to dish out. I'm saying there's a lot of stuff. I didn't get a chance to do it this weekend. There's a lot of stuff I want to tell you guys. Some stuff pertains to the moon, pertains to Atlantis. Let me see. Hold up. I made a little list. Looks like we made it. Look how far we come, my baby. Okay. Woo. Talking about Middle Earth. Convergence. I can't talk about it here. I know that. I will behave. Okay. This card indicates a call to wildness, even subversion. Lilith is the evocation of what may or may not be there. She can manifest as madness or self-realization. Lilith represents a refusal to submit. So it's not a good time to give in, even when the path seems a rough one. Do not give in. Do not give in. Do not give in. Okay? It's when you're at the cusp of true freedom from whatever circumstance that has really subjugated you, dominated you. It's when you're at the cusp of being free from that those who have benefited from your subjugation, they will wild the F out. Let them wild out. They little hoes anyways. So, I said what I said. I stand by it. They little hoes anyways. Who cares? You're not their captain. You're not saving that hoe. Who cares? There may be a tendency to isolate and focus on feelings of revenge. The hallmark of Black Moon Lilith energy is muteness and aloneness. It's a subdued power and complicated magnetism. Lilith remains awake while the rest of the world is asleep. She is the dark thoughts that enter our consciousness just before we fall asleep. She's also a succubus. Black Moon Lilith suggests female rebellion. She can represent an angry mother, an enemy, or an embittered woman, or even a stalker or scorned woman. Listen. We ain't got no space for that. No crooked cooter energy anywhere near us. No crooked cooter energy anywhere near us. No, your girl got standards. No more of that. I'm not letting any of that shit in. I mean, y'all need to have standards with what you allow in. Close that. Burn the fucking bridge. Pee on the ashes. We're about fire safety. And then be on your merry way. Okay? Don't let that in. Don't let in any toxic femininity. Okay? Stand in the truth of the power of a matriarch. You look at a family group of elephants, right? The leader is a matriarch, right? She's the one that's tasked with remembering the path to get to where they need to be. You know, there's no water in the region they're in. They need to travel long distances to go find water. Everything rests on her shoulders, the responsibility of the health and safety of her entire family. She does not have to yell for them to listen. Sit in such a space of grace that your presence dictates the respect you will receive. Right? And no, I don't believe that you just naturally get respect and being disrespectful, that it's okay. No, I don't believe that at all. I believe when you hold yourself with a certain level of dignity and consideration for your effect on your environment, you naturally are existing in a space of mutual respect with yourself and any who share that space with you. And when you hold yourself to that degree of accountability, you have earned that same level of respect. Okay? So you're not going to be lowering yourself to the level of petty ass bullshit. No. Okay. You have a feeling you're waiting for something to happen, but you don't have the entire information, so the facts are hidden or mysterious. Something stalks, you feel it. But Lilith is sharp. She knows, she senses, she processes what is there. Because Lilith feels slighted, she can represent a formidable foe or a dangerous enemy. How does that make you feel? Does that make you feel unsafe? Does that make you feel concerned? Does that make you feel like something of your actions at some point leading up to this point can potentially justify someone maltreating you? Now, being unintentionally offensive, you're not intending to, but it just came out in an abrasive manner, is not justification of your maltreatment. Let's get that straight. Because someone doesn't agree with you or the way you delivered the message does not justify maltreating you. It does not justify harming you. Now, you might need to think of better ways to deliver a message. Yeah, that might help so that you don't have to feel this way. But that does not justify someone else's desire to be hurtful or harmful. Two wrongs don't make a right. They don't. They just make more wrong. So, through Lilith, we discover creativity and the beauty that can exist in the darkness as long as we keep our own demons in check and under our rule. Meaning, there are things within your dark spaces that are a part of you that you need to be in control of. You need to be the matriarch of your space, as well as a patriarch, right? You need to be a total whole being. Last card, Pluto, transformation. People living deeply have no fear of death. I swear, I love the name Anais Nin. Anais. I love that name. Pluto, the smallest and outermost planet in our solar system, probably carries the most weight. It's a planet of extremes. Okay, so we're going to go through extremes. This dwarf planet tends to inspire unwelcome surprises. Pluto can be like a tower collapsing in your life, a life from which you must rebuild from debris and also inspiration. If we see that tower collapsing more as a controlled demolition, we're tearing down the old intentionally in order to create space to rebuild. It doesn't seem as unfair, right? When you are fully on board with the process that your soul has asked you to be in, it doesn't feel like you have no power. It feels like things are being done for you. Okay. That's one of the ways I will sometimes frame certain situations in my life so that I feel more stable as I go through situations that I know I can't avoid. Right. Many things you have relied upon for always being there may suddenly disappear or leave. Pluto represents endings and beginnings. It's not a card of physical death per se. Since our lifetimes, we experience many deaths and new starts. This is simply a time when the decks are being wiped clean for new action. Most of the time, you begin to feel ill at ease with a feeling of something not right, and things go down strangely with an eerie silence like the Titanic. All right. If you are in a relationship that has been difficult, it will either end or it will deepen and become more fulfilling. Any romance that starts at this time should prove to be intense. It's very important not to try and control things. Instead, surrender to the ups and downs for a while, although some of these changes may be painful ones. That said, this is a time of intense sexuality. It may come in various forms. In terms of job or career, it may be time to get another. When this card presents in a reading, you may have recently been infatuated with a hidden subject, certain mysteries, or the taboo. I am very taboo. Okay, I'm just joking. Sometimes this card can indicate psychic attacks, and thus you should be very careful who you open up to. Be cautious if you're involved in anything paranormal or occult in nature. You are not particularly vulnerable. In fact, your strength is growing, but it's important at this point to spiritually protect yourself from anything negative. You may become upset concerning something about your past that turns out to not be what you always thought. So there's a lot of things that are going to be coming to light that will help you to realize how certain people in your environment, in your life, in your trusted circle have absolutely manipulated you and gaslit you to prevent you from what is destined to be yours. What? What? What the fuck did I just say? Just rewind this. What the fuck? What? There have been people in your environment, your trusted circle, that have manipulated you and gaslit you into thinking that you needed to steer clear of things that you actually need to address head on. Okay. So go ahead and address that, whatever that circumstance is, address it, get comfortable with your growth, allow your process, allow your power. Things are going to be perfectly fine. You're going to be challenged. You can and will rise to that challenge. And thank you, Lindsay, for this reminder. If you haven't already, please sign the petition. It's right there. It's pinned. Oh, no, it's not pinned. Lindsay has commented it on YouTube. We are currently at, let's see where we are. So if you guys don't know, this petition that I'm asking you to sign, we're at 424 signatures. Yeah. This petition that I'm asking for you to support is my attempt to ground my stalker from international travel. Again, he has, made quite a few different threats, graphic threats of the ways in which he's going to unalive me and various other people. And so he just really should not be allowed to travel as we're awaiting a criminal case in Switzerland. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the signatures from this petition. I'm going to pair it with all of the evidence that I have. And I'm going to go ahead and approach both the Swiss embassy as well as the US embassy to request that they consider blocking his ability to travel internationally for the safety of not just me, but our entire community. He has threatened our entire community. So, yes, that's as far as I want to go into it. I prefer to keep things lighthearted. It is a credible threat, but we're powerful together. We can achieve quite a bit. And your support has helped me tremendously as I go through this. This is something that will not keep me quiet. It will not keep me down. It will not cause me to shrink away from the person that I am and for my community. I am as present as I can be, and I invite you to also remain as present as you are comfortable being. If at any point you've been made to feel unsafe because either your legal name is your profile name, or you have been harassed by him via messenger, or you've used your profile picture as your actual face, please consider signing that petition. I'm trying to accomplish something really, really big here to ensure that we send a resounding message to all the malignant people in spiritual communities and the world over. Your actions have consequences. Your words have consequences, and you cannot just, nonchalantly threaten people and think that it's okay. It's not okay. So I want to do my part to ensure our community stays as sacred as it has always been and will always be. So you guys, please give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me when I'm live. I'll see you guys again very soon. And for my Soul Sanctuary people, I'm going to go ahead and post an announcement of when I can do our chat. I do want to have a chat with you guys. I'm going to see what time I finish work today. Maybe I can fit it in there. I'm not sure though. I don't know my schedule right now. I do know that I have 7 minutes before I need to go. I just got to go. I got to go. So I love you guys. I'll see you again very soon. Take care. Be nice to yourself as well as to others. Bye, everyone.